at the sold-out and noisy Oracle Arena. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. So Golden State will get the first possession. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Robertson and George fill out the wings. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. Offensive rebound, Durant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
How about the charisma of KD that time? Teammates loving what he's bringing to the table here tonight.
Brent, has there ever been a player who scores more easily with less effort than Kevin Durant?
Well, I know this, Kevin, that Kevin puts in a ton of work to make it look as easily as it does. There's just nobody that can match up with KD. And when he's playing like this, he gets out into the mid-range and starts to hit a few shots. Watching him be on fire for a night is a treat.
First free throw is good.
And you can tell Durant loves to play the game. Whether it's the NBA or a pickup at Rucker Park, this guy is balling 24/7.
Durant nails both of them.
Well, Kevin Durant, he cares. He cares about winning. He cares about his teammates. He cares about how they go about their business. And he puts the work in. So since leaving OKC and all the criticism and all the outside chatter, Kevin Durant has been the best player on the best team in the biggest moments, winning 2 Finals MVPs.
Adams, the pass to Westbrook. Here's Robertson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, I like watching Robertson get involved in the offense, especially when he gets down there. Nice soft touch down on the inside.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. And for Durant, Brent, to absorb so much animosity, especially in Oklahoma City, it really pained him.
Well, of course, you don't like it when people are talking negatively about you, but the one thing about going to Golden State and being around that environment, I think Kevin Durant felt safe around the construct and culture of what the Warriors were about. And then for Kevin, obviously, the best thing to do is go out and play and let your play do the talking. He's certainly done that, and he's done it loudly.
That one is off. Ranked first in assists for 4 consecutive seasons, Brent. Are these Warriors the best passing team in NBA history?
Well, by the numbers, you would say yes. Assist rates that exceed even the Showtime Lakers back in the early and mid-'80s. Also, this team has been first in offensive efficiency for 3 straight years. I mean, it's been remarkable. So not only the best passing team, but maybe the best offense of all time.
Opening night is upon us. Every team looking to come out of the gate strong. As we know, only half are going to get to the end.
Don't tell them that, Kevin.
I know you can't.
Let it breathe a little bit. Yeah. It is a long season. The teams, as we've seen in the past, sometimes what we're watching here tonight, 6 or 7 members of that team might not be on it come February. So got to temper your expectations. Watch the way guys have maybe improved from last season coming into this season. Excited about young teams and the opportunity of their potential, but things can change quickly in this league.
But don't you love the optimism at this time of year?
No doubt about it. Everybody's fired up for the opportunity to show what it is, especially as a player, what you worked on in the offseason to bring it to the hardwood and show your coaching staff the type of work you put in.
And it's Green with the jam.
Cousins continuing to improve on his defensive awareness and staying active after he clawed away that steal.
And Robertson kicks to Westbrook. Bank shot, no good. Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Thompson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Westbrook, no good. Let's go. They get it back. Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, the edge to Cousins rebounding, you're okay with it if it shows up in the way he goes about his business on the glass.
And first timer of the game called for Oklahoma City. Here matched up against the Golden State Warriors is how they're going to tip off the new season.
And we saw how competitive and entertaining the season series was between these two terrific teams last year.
Yeah, people who saw this game got their money's worth, and it was fitting that they split the season series, given the enormous talent level on both sides.
Durant with the steal. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
And using all of his 7'5" wingspan, Durant turns backwards.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Westbrook. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Westbrook's got his first points of the game.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Curry's shot is off.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Couldn't complete the play.
Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, got to feel good about the way you started this one, guys, as he is making almost everything out there and giving his team a good, solid boost.
Westbrook, no good.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
And Cousins gets it to go.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here's George. Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
You know, a big guy with a motor is such a luxury in this league. Adams right there showing up big on the offensive glass, and then he converts.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. He said a primary concern is to prevent those easy three-point looks from outside. He said closing out hard on the shooters is going to be the key. If they don't bother the shooters, he said, it's going to be a very long 4 quarters. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the three ball is a big concern for any defense. Westbrook, and the rejection by Curry.
Curry, great timing on the block, catching his man off guard with a big-time rejection.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
He just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
Now here's Durant. 7 points in the game. All alone. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Durant's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Screen by Adams. There's the screen. Ball's knocked loose. Westbrook with it. Guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. And here are the Warriors now. 6-point game. Billy Donovan has faced a tough job in Oklahoma City, Brent. Star players leaving town. Some even criticizing him after they left.
The circumstances of Billy Donovan moving off of what he did at the University of Florida and making that a powerhouse Division I basketball program. It's been very interesting to have Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant to begin your career, and then pushing that team to almost beating the Golden State Warriors, losing in a Game 7 to losing Kevin Durant. Billy Donovan's seen a lot in the early part of his career. The hopes is that he continues to grow and learn. Really happy with the hire of Billy Donovan and what he brings to the table in terms of his basketball acumen.
Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Roberson from past the arc. The shot that time not on target. Curry was a nice D.
Seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Now here's Green. Clock at 6. Back to Durant. From deep three-point range. And no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
There are times where you have to play with a little bit more caution. That's already his second foul in the first quarter.
Jordan Bell's checked in for Golden State. Durant with the steal. Curry against Westbrook. The shot by Curry, no good. Grant with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Bell dishes to Thompson. Kicks to Curry. Pass to Durant. Shot clock at 5. Over George. That one off the back iron and out.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Now the dish to Westbrook. And the dunk by Grant.
That is a good option. You could throw that ball just about anywhere. Even the top of the square. Jeremy Grant ripping one off.
Warriors leading by 4. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And Russell Westbrook, he is a standard bearer for the Jordan brand with his own signature shoe, Greg. Few players have ever been as competitive as Michael Jordan, but you think Westbrook may be in that conversation?
No doubt about it. The similarities don't end there. The surreal athleticism, the will to dominate, and that fight, finding grudges to motivate them to their highest level. I think there's a kinship in how MJ and Russ approach the game.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Klay Thompson. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nerlens Noel checks in for Steven Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for Roberson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Here's George. Sinks the triple. George has got 5 points so far.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Curry passes to Cousins. Back to Curry. Cousins with a screen on Schroeder. Golden State moving it around. No good from Bell. Here's Oklahoma City. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Patterson passes to Schroeder. Curry against Schroeder. Cousins with a screen for Curry. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Oklahoma City trailing. Puts it up from 12. Kept alive. And it's Schroeder missing. Golden State's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. And Bell kicks to Curry. Pass to Cousins. Over Noel, and there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Curry. Cousins has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, Steph Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the history of the NBA, but also a very gifted passer, great at finding his teammates.
Now, here is George. He's got 5. Passes to Livingston. Now, Cousins. Back to Curry from deep three-point range. That one no good. Straight D that time from Dennis Schroeder. The pass to George. Basket good. He's got 7.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Curry kicks to Bell. There's a screen. Pass to Livingston. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Cousins with a screen on George. Here's Iguodala. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
You gotta love how Cousins uses his size, his reach. He's more prolific on the defensive glass, but obviously a factor on the offensive end as well.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Well, last season was just devastating for DeMarcus Cousins, a big man with an Achilles tear, and that's a tougher injury usually for a heavier or taller player, and DeMarcus is both of those. It happened right before the All-Star break. I hated to see it, but happy he's been able to get back on the road to recovery, and hopefully he'll regain his all-star form.
A shot by George, wide open. No good. That would have tied it.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Steph's so good at finishing through contact. Just phenomenal perseverance to get it up and in.
Thunder trailing by 5. And with Cousins and his Achilles, quite often a very lengthy recovery, and you aren't guaranteed, Brent, to be the same afterwards.
No, I think that's the biggest concern, obviously. The one thing that Cousins has, though, is with his size and strength, that if he could get down the floor, he can still dominate from that position. But yes, I'm with you, Kevin. We all are hopeful that Cousins can have the athletic ability and the mobility that he had prior to the injury.
Now here's Felton looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Livingston, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Patrick Patterson.
Well, after nearly being out of the league, Livingston has found an incredible role, a true warrior.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
Sean Livingston has had such a remarkable comeback career and one of the more unique players in the league. At 6'7", plays really a true point guard position, but very rarely do you ever see Sean Livingston getting away from shots on the floor where he knows he can be devastating. 10 to 12 feet, back to the basket, up over the top of guys. Just a really unique set of skills from Sean Livingston.
And Livingston, not really a three-point shooter, but Brandy does so many other things to help you win.
And really doesn't get up into guys physically, but is out there with his smarts defensively to be versatile, to be able to switch. I love when Sean has a little bit of a launch pad on offense to get to the rim and get up and throw down some dunks. Just such a steadying force coming off the bench for the Warriors in the past few seasons.
Here's Livingston after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Jerebko the screen. Curry against Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. 14 feet away. The shot by Curry, no good.
Just not his night so far, guys.
Here's Patterson. It's deflected. Nice shot by Felton. 40 seconds left to play in the first. Iguodala outside, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. .34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Livingston passes to Jerebko. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And last season he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first one falls. Jerebko hits them both. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's George. The Warriors pull it in. Curry's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Unloads from 13. And the shot no good, a bit short. To the middle. And Patterson kicks to Felton. The baseline J off the mark. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, you've got a huge advantage.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Bell. Livingston is out there with Steph Curry. And there's Jerebko, and it's Iguodala in at the small forward. And the first one at the line is good.
And you look back at that 2012 finals, the Thunder lost in 5 games to the Heat. And you looked at that young talent, Durant, Westbrook, Harden, now all MVP award winners, along with Serge Ibaka, a young, talented, energetic Serge Ibaka, and it felt like there was a team that was going to rule the West for a very long time.
And the Thunder trading away Harden in the summer of 2012, but Brent unable to agree on a contract extension.
Well, OKC agreed on the contract. James Harden did not, and that's sort of the line in the sand that was drawn. And the salary cap jumping up in subsequent seasons, they just had bad timing in terms of the frugality of what they offered up to James Harden. It's a decision that we talk about a lot. It's revisionist history, but at the time, it was the move that OKC made, and I can't really argue with it.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Thunder trailing by 3. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Warriors making a change here. Durant's checked in. So it's the Thunder now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Noel. The shot misses. Great D that time from Green. Green, the screen. Puts up a 3. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Livingston. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Steph loves to set screens himself, but this team loves to set screens for Steph Curry. He's ready to fire.
Shooter passes to Noel. From deep, George. Rebounded by Jerebko.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And George kicks it over to Schroeder. Felton dishes to Schroeder. Here's George. The Thunder with another miss. Warriors leading by 9. Durant with a wide open look. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Durant's got 14 points.
Now, Draymond Green patient enough to know when his teammates are running around, at some point one's going to break open, then he finds them.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. But individually, it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not on his time.
I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but how are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
Yeah, and you see how Steph altered his pace there. Sometimes it looks like he isn't moving at all, and then bam, he goes warp speed.
Now here's Westbrook. 5 points in the game. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. Curry with the steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Warriors lead by 17. Curry against Westbrook. Can they get it? Looking to get it going. Curry with some nice D.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable.
Now here's Curry. 17-point lead, their biggest.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Now Westbrook just plays with an incredible competitive fire, and that energy right now, he's not taking any possessions off.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
And the first one drops. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And they can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Thompson outside, and so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Sunday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings.
And that game against the Suns, I think they know how important it is to see how they measure up against the cream of the crop in the West. I'm looking for them to approach it like this is a playoff matchup.
Now here's Green following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Durant against George. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for your Rebco.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Stolen by Grant. Now here's Westbrook. 7 points in the game. He kicks it to Robertson. Screen by Grant. 6 on the shot clock. Adams with the screen on Thompson. Robertson the pass to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
There is some fluidity for a guy that size in Steven Adams. He's a legitimate option rolling to the basket.
They get a hand on it, and so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Golden State ball.
Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. Fourth, Klay Thompson.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Because of Paul George's athleticism, he can do a lot of things. He turns guys over, he blocks shots, he's got great hands. He affects a lot defensively.
Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Curry. Curry's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Cousins with a screen for Curry. Hits the 3-point bomb. Curry's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
9 feet out, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 11 points for Paul George.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Grant with a screen on Durant, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Warriors on D.
The underrated part of Kevin Durant's game, his length and timing affecting shots.
And guys, it really looks like they've lost a step here in the second quarter. They have been really stagnant offensively.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his 1st foul. Bell is checked in for the Warriors.
First personal foul, team score. Checking in for your Warriors, Jordan Bell.
Here's Durant. It's not going to go for him. George with the defensive effort. The Thunder last season assembling a big 3 of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony didn't mesh, Brent, like they had hoped. In your opinion, what went wrong?
Well, a bit of a down season in terms of the scoring for Melo, but reasons for that, just not as many opportunities and playing outside along the 3-point line. The biggest damage last year was the Robertson injury. I felt like in December, the OKC team started to find its stride, and Robertson going out of the lineup, there just wasn't enough of the depth on that roster to make up the difference for them defensively, and OKC never really seemed to find its footing or confidence again.
So it's the Thunder now, following the score by Golden State. Hits it from 3-point range.
Now, Paul George ready to shoot as soon as he caught it. Quick release there.
Screen by Cousins. And Bell kicks to Durant. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Durant nails both of them. The Warriors' Steve Kerr, the fastest coach in major American sports history to 250 wins. Brent, he gave all the credit to his players. But you talk.
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
Curry with the defensive effort. Warriors leading by 15. Releases. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Cousins. 22 points for Kevin Durant.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Grant with a screen on Thompson. Stolen by Thompson. And Cousins kicks to Bell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And Bell is on a mission to show how special he can be. An athletic, energetic forward who plays with a real passion.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops for Bell.
Now, the success of the Warriors is truly built around their culture and their chemistry, and it really starts with Steph Curry. Even though a lot of people argue about Kevin Durant being their best player, their most important player has been Steph. Just a great, joyful approach to the game, and it rubs off on the entire organization.
And so Bell nails both of them. And that blend of joyfulness and competitive spirit, something that Steph Curry and his coach, Steve Kerr, you know, Brent, they share that in common.
Yeah, think about just how humble they are, how gracious they are, how much they're willing to take the time on a daily basis to do things for others, not just themselves. So you have the Warriors with some key values in place that they don't stray from all that often.
Durant, good as the jump shot falls. Durant's got 24.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Schroeder passes to Westbrook. Noel sets a screen for Westbrook. There's the screen. Kicks it to Robertson. Pass to Noel. Over Bell. And that one goes long. Warriors leading by 19. He dishes it to Durant. Lets it go with the three. Knocks down the three ball. 27 points for him.
Another thing that puts Durant in elite company, maintaining his focus offensively at all time, hungry to score.
That's his first personal foul.
And Steven Adams, the kind of guy who on a nightly basis is so appreciated by the star players on the team, and certainly the coaching staff, just doing dirty work, setting screens, scoring on the inside, being a physical presence. And he's taken some strides, I think, Kevin, offensively, being able to score sometimes out of the box.
And he can't get the first one. And you look at Adams' per-minute scoring averages, Brent, they've gone up every season.
Well, it's got to help having Russell Westbrook setting the table and the type of attention that not only Westbrook drew, but also PG and Carmelo Anthony for a season. So obvious uptick in the offensive numbers for Steven Adams, but he is improving, and you see some confidence in the offensive end of the floor.
Klay Thompson came into this NBA with a well-earned reputation as a shooter, Brent, but did you ever think he'd become such a potent defender?
Well, I think it's something that he's worked very hard on, and his ability to cross-match. In the early part of his career, you know, Klay Thompson had to take the better scoring of the guards on those nights. It's shifted back, and Klay Thompson is a more well-rounded understanding not only of what he can do defensively, but more of what the opponents that he faces on a nightly basis are trying to do against him.
That free throw good from Thompson.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Steven Adams. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Russell Westbrook with 2 straight seasons, 2, of averaging a triple-double. This is a feat that we thought we would never see again. And Russell backed up the one campaign with another. Just remarkable stuff.
Robertson gets the bucket. Roberson's got 5 points so far.
Well, the outside shot still a whip, a work in progress, but the team needs Robertson to hit these to keep the floor spaced.
Livingston dishes to Durant. And there's the 3-second violation.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. Great showing for him last season. 5th in blocks, 6th in scoring, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And he was a shot blocking machine last season for sure. As you said, top 5 in the league. He gave ground to absolutely no one. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Durant's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And maybe a little disengaged in the first quarter. Ball didn't come his way. He's really provided some scoring in the second quarter of action.
Schroeder against Thompson. Outside, Felton. 4 on the clock. Again, the Thunder score.
I give some credit to the screen out there. That totally freed up the shooter to take advantage of that look.
And here's Livingston. Pass to Durant. Fades back. And that one is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 27 points, 6 rebounds, and also 3 steals. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots. You always want that spark off the bench, and these guys delivered.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
We welcome you back to the beautiful Bay Area with the lights of Oakland illuminating the evening. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. Then it's Felton in at the small forward position. Screen by Adams. Curry against Westbrook. Lets it fly. And he gets the jumper to drop. Westbrook's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Thunder. Curry kicks to Cousins, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Oklahoma City making a change here. George is checked in.
The team's first. Coming onto the floor for the Thunder, Paul George.
Durant against George. Faded away to create the space. And that's now 29 points for Kevin Durant.
I mean, what a talent this guy is. Durant has the ability to score from anywhere and now picking his spots.
And the dunk by Grant.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. With the teardrop, Green with the block.
I like the extension there from Draymond Green reaching out and timing that one.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Westbrook passes to Adams. Dishes to George. In the corner, it's Westbrook. 5 to shoot. Shoots over Curry. And it's Westbrook missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
No good from Durant.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Over Curry. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Launches it. And it's Durant missing. Thunder trailing by 21. Westbrook passes to Grant. And there's the call on Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Curry against Westbrook.
So great to see Steph taking on the challenge defensively, getting up into his man that time.
Got that bucket in no time at all. 32 points for Kevin Durant.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Klay Thompson, another one of those sons of former players. I wonder what that's like. Michael Thompson, his dad, the #1 overall pick many years ago. And Klay had the ball in his hands, obviously, at a very young age, and he taught the shooting form to Klay, which looks pretty perfected at this point.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Shoots over Curry. Another shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his fourth personal.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 5th, Kevin Durant.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
And he makes the first. And despite all the encouragement from his father, Klay said he didn't envision a pro career until late in college.
Well, he certainly wasn't a top recruit coming out of high school. So here's a little trivia for you, Kevin. Alongside Luke Walton and his father, Big Red Bill Walton, Klay and Michael Thompson, the only father-son NBA duo with multiple titles apiece. I just got one. Draymond Green, the 35th pick. Wow, imagine that, back in 2012, and overlooked as maybe not having a position, maybe being too small. I don't think his coach at Michigan State would have said any of those things about the versatility and the blueprint that was ideal for the Golden State Warriors to put him into this lineup with these great shooters.
Westbrook against Thompson. Looking to end his cold spell. Another miss by Westbrook.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And we've seen the rise of the spread 4, but Green is something altogether different.
Yeah, he's not a catch and shoot 4-man. He's more of a skilled 4-man, rebounding the ball, pushing it up on the break. Steve Kerr likes to use him in the offense as the conduit at the top of the key. He can attack a closeout, get into the rim, can throw lobs to guys on the inside. Just the things that he does can punish a defense with how versatile he is.
The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. It's stolen by Green. The pass to Thompson. Back to Green. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Grant. Pass to George. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Westbrook.
Well, they're going to have to look elsewhere for points because he has pulled a Houdini and completely disappeared from the offense in this one. Just no production from him, and nothing seems to be in rhythm for him right now. It's just not his night.
Puts it up off the inbound.
Iguodala getting his hands up and extending the arms to challenge the shooter.
14 feet away. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 7 rebounds in the game. George. Almost, but it rolls out. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Roberson. He has 5. Adams dishes to Westbrook. The Thunder with another miss.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Thompson with the bucket.
That's Klay Thompson's strength on display, his ability to fire off the catch-and-shoot J. So dangerous.
Tries it from 19. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Westbrook against Thompson. Westbrook kicks to Roberson. Back to Westbrook. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Russell loves the challenge there, and he's in the heart of the defense, and he rips it out of him there.
A fadeaway. That's short off the rim.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Urebko's checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. Schroeder's checked in. Here's Adams. 6 points for him. Adams sets the pick for Grant. They get a hand on it. 6 to shoot. And Adams kicks to George. Over Green. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. They'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz. Then on Sunday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And for the matchup with the Suns, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Jerebko the screen. Green the pass to Jerebko. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Here's George, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. George has got 16 points.
Well, when Paul George has that kind of length and then has the high release point that he does, very few people are going to get to it to block a mid-range jumper like that.
Outside, Green. Here's Curry with the 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
Thunder shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Adams outside. Back to Grant. It's stolen by Green. He kicks it to Jerebko. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Grant with the ball. Working on Jerebko. Adams with the screen on Thompson. And that one's good. Westbrook.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Thompson left side. Shoots over Schroeder. They get the rebound. And Adams sends it back.
Adams is a decent shot blocker, but relies on his position mostly, that time in the right spot.
And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Oklahoma City. Felton comes in for Russell Westbrook. For Oklahoma City, they have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses.
And it's been an issue for them as it was last year, only 72% from the line.
The Warriors also with a sub. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson.
One shot.
That's good from Schroeder.
Well, Dennis Schroeder showed he can handle high usage in an offense. Was the first option for the Hawks this past season. Even with defenses keyed in on him, he was able to average right around 20 points.
There's Green with the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
That one misses, and Golden State will go the other way with it. Iguodala against George, and out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Thunder ball.
And with Schroeder, he said he learned how to deal with all that extra defensive attention.
And being able to stay productive when dealing with the best opposing defender goes a long way in the NBA. Schroeder also managed to cut down on his turnovers while taking on more of a playmaker role. Strong year for him offensively, and I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow as a player.
And George kicks to Felton. Good on the triple. Felton's got 7.
A really good decision there from Paul George, quick to find the open man.
Warriors leading by 23. Curry passes to Bell. They set the pick. Back to Curry from deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Pass to Schroeder. There's a screen by Noel. Keeps it alive.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
The Warriors shooting 43% from the floor. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. Patterson, he's checked in for Adams. Schroeder kicks to Noel. There's a screen by Noel. Back to George. Clock at 6. Rebounded by Urebko. Urebko's got 4 rebounds in this game. The 10-footer. Here's Livingston, and it's blocked.
You need more of this from Patterson. Such a big frame inside. I'd like to see it when he's swatting it away.
And the shot goes in. 1:33 left in the third. Curry kicks to Urebko. And then Urebko with the dunk.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Warriors leading by 21. Passes it to Bell. Kicks to Livingston. Urebko the screen. Here's Iguodala. And it's Noel with the rebound.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
Yeah, I hope it hasn't gone to his head. He may be trying too hard at this point.
To the paint, Schroeder. The shot's good on the assist by George. And it's 7 points for Dennis Schroeder.
Trying to get more confident shooting from the interior. Schroeder wants to keep adding some elements to the offensive end of his game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. 11 feet away. It's good. And the Warriors lead by 21.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
It's George on the wing over Iguodala. Misses the wing chair. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We've got more in store for you right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The tremendous pair of Curry and Clay in the backcourt. Durant is out there with Bell, and it's Cousins in at the center position. That's the Warriors' 5. Felton against Thompson. Over Felton. Hits the front of the rim and out.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Cousins, the pass to Curry. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Well, Steph Curry's quick release makes his three-point shot almost impossible, and then you add the fact that Steph can do it off the dribble. So anytime he gets somebody shifting their back foot and they're trying to recover, by the time they're halfway there, the ball's already off and on its way. So one of the quickest, one of the more devastating shots in all of basketball.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from Stephen Curry. And Curry said in his training he speeds up his release to the point where it's uncomfortable. So in the game, for him, everything slows down.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, Kevin, his closely guarded three-pointers are just as accurate as when he's got a wide open three-pointer. No defender within 4 to 6 feet. He's knocking down the same kind of percentage. So the fact that Steph has the ability and knows to practice those sort of things speaks to just how much he's invested in the shooting craft.
And the 3 ball is good. George has got 11 in the second half.
I don't think Paul George worries about that hand right there. He spotted the rim and knocked it down.
The screen from Thompson. And Bell kicks to Cousins. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That could change things.
On its way from Curry for 2. No good off the back of the rim. Oklahoma City's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Here's George. It's rebounded by Golden State. Cousins has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, this is where Cousins' size helps him to have a passing window to find open teammates.
Roberson the pass to Noel. Bell against George. Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
Well, one of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through. but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
Warriors have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Cook, good.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
There's a screen. There's a screen by Noel, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Looney's checked in for Golden State. And then for Oklahoma City, Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Paul George. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Roberson. And Diallo subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. To stop the run. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
Elbow. 2.
Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Ooh, that play was nasty. Durant showing how aggressive he can really be.
Diallo kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. It's 2-on-1. And the wide open shot from Evans. And another 3 for Golden State.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
That's tipped. Here's Cook. No good with the triple. The Thunder have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. On offense, here are the Warriors. They're on a 14-5 run. Screen by Jones. Off the pick. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Noel with it. Jones covering. To the inside. Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Well, Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
Durant kicks to Jones. Buries it down low. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Grant outside to the right side. The pass to Diallo. There's a screen by Noel. Clock at 6. Over to the left wing. Ferguson misses.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Screen by Jones. Takes a shot at the elbow. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Ferguson's shot is good. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Grant leading the charge.
Well, seeing Jeremy Grant at his size getting out on the break in full sprint, collecting and finishing.
Cook kicks to Evans. Adam Silver has said there's probably more basketball being watched and played, Brent, in China than anywhere else in the world. How long before you think we see our next Chinese superstar in this league?
That's going to be interesting when that does happen. Obviously, the type of mark that Yao Ming made in the NBA, it's going to be hard for anybody to match the kind of impact, not just in the game, but what he did globally for the NBA. It just won't happen again. But I'm looking forward to, heck, not just the next Chinese player, but a Japanese player, somebody from India where they love the NBA game, to start to find their way onto rosters in the league.
They're coming. I mean, there's going to be someone before long.
No doubt.
And they're moving it up. Grant the pass to Diallo. Screen by Grant. Here's Diallo. The feed to Noel. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Now, last season's championship round, the 4th straight time that the Warriors faced off with the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's the first time in North American sporting history that has ever happened in the major 4 sports. And once again, the Golden State Warriors brought the trophy back to the Bay Area.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Jerebko the screen. Livingston kicks to Cook. And the Warriors miss again. Oklahoma City has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Ferguson misses.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
They're just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away. Love to see it when he pulls up from the outside. A big guy with tremendous range is a prized commodity in today's NBA.
Out left to the wing. Grant gets a wide open look, and he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Iguodala right side, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Oklahoma City shooting a paltry 33% in the 4th. Not a good showing for this offense. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set, not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. Oklahoma City on D. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Livingston. That one a little long. Oklahoma City shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. Here's Ferguson. Screen by Adams. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Jordan Bell's checked in for Damian Jones.
Jordan Bell.
Here's Adams. Pass to Patterson. In the corner, it's Felton. Screen by Adams. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And that's now 9 points for Raymond Felton. Cook kicks to Iguodala. Here's Jerebko. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Thunder, Brent, playing with such energy. But shooting, not their strong suit.
No, one of the lower 3-point percentages in the league as a team. The free throw line also last year really weird. A big-time struggle for guys who had career low years from the free throw stripe. So tough to win big in today's game if you're not hitting threes and then not hitting the freebies.
The first free throw is good. You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age, if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is at number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going. And I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got two pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that
that
guy.
23.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. And stolen by Patterson. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Felton kicks to Patterson. He gets stolen by Livingston. Iguodala outside. Pass to Livingston. Jerebko with it. Iguodala outside. Passes it to Livingston. 6 on the shot clock. Shot off the pick. Good on the jump shot.
Tough to know what Livingston was going to do there. He is very good at exploiting the defense in the pick and roll.
Felton the pass to Luwawu. Felton with the ball. Patterson the screen. Now Felton. Patterson the screen. Raymond Felton, and that's good. Felton has got 5 points now in the quarter.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Iguodala with a screen on Adams. Iguodala kicks to Jerebko. Here's Cook. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Game is so wide open now, Brent. Such a great pace. Does that put more strain on bigger players physically?
I think it's putting strain on everybody. I think last year we saw
regardless of size.
Yeah, injuries to every position, the key guys at every position. I think that some of the physical motions that players have to perform in games because they're covering more ground and in susceptible positions, it's happening to everybody. The issue with the big guys, Kevin, is they're not playing. Less of them are getting more important time on the floor. So it's a strain on everybody.
That's good from Cook. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Felton. Now the pass to Luwawu. Back to Felton. Screen by Adams. But they'll get another chance.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Screen by Adams. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. That one good for 2.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Warriors.
And as one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kevin Durant.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
Shot clock at 2. Poke loose. Here's Livingston. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Now here's Felton. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, everyone knows you do a lot of different things for this team, but what would you say your primary focus is?
Trying to just take responsibility of my defensive duties. Pushing the point guard, force them in a different situation, difficult shots. Being our first, line of defense as they're bringing the ball up, putting pressure on them, and try to take them out their offense. That's a lot of great point guards in this league, so I got to be able to do that all year and try to get a good start to that this season.
That's what franchise players do, play at both ends. Thank you, Steph. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.